Yes, Rommel was summoned back to headquarters. So we're gonna have Manstein take over here.
Oh boy, is this one a doozy.
Welcome back to Steel Standards Wargaming. Thank you for joining me for yet another battle report. We got a few on deck here. There was a hostile takeover of the channel, so Chris and Morgan had the camera for a bit. So they took some videos, and I'm excited to bring them to you, actually. So I'm going through that. Got 3 videos lined up. So this is the first. This is a battle that took place about the middle of February. I was supposed to fight Morgan in Bobruisk, so we'll share that attack screen now. So this was an attack. They were coming in into the city battle. Now the cities all are worth victory points in the campaign, so they're really important spots. So you want to defend them, but on the other hand, we found as the defender that the cities are they're separated, so you can get in behind them, then take a city, and any firestorm units you have in a city when it's captured or in a spot that's not connected to anything else are then captured and lost. And we only have a few firestorm units, so we have to be very careful with them. Setting them out into a city to defend them where they could get trapped is dangerous. So we've tried not to let that happen because I think the firestorm units are more important than the victory points right now, because we can always retake the city. So Bobruisk, we went in, we were going to be the defender there. So I got my lineup, you'll see that. Morgan had his attacking force, he had everything set up, and then I got called out. I had to go. So fortunately, Chris was there just to watch. He actually, brought some whiskey and was hanging out, and then I had to go, and he had to take over. So he jumped in. I appreciate him doing that, which is great. Kind of put him in a weird position because he was using my force. He really wasn't prepared for it, but he's a great player. Like, he is fun to watch when he plays. He makes good decisions. He's quick about it. I felt like I was in good hands, and he did great in this battle. So we'll dive into it now. So let's go into the mission. I do not have this mission printed out, unfortunately. So readers will not be out. So anyways, we'll jump into it here. So not one step back is the mission. Now, what makes this mission very different from other ones is the size of the table. Morgan's going to go over that too again in the deployment section, but it's a 4x3 table, so it is small. It is condensed. It's a lot different than we're used to playing on. So your forces are right there together. But so for this mission here, each player is going to place 2 objectives into the opponent's deployment section, the deployment area. After that, you go through and you place sewers around the map. Now, sewers are cool. We'll jump into the special rules in a moment, but sewers, reconnaissance units can go into there, not vehicle ones. It was a joke about sending the Pumas into the sewers, but no, just infantry ones. So after that, everyone are going to deploy 1 unit into ambush. So those are held in ambush, which is a pretty cool rule. They can hold back, and you don't know where they're going to pop out from. And then the players are going to alternate deployment back and forth, which is pretty cool. So it's going to start with the attacking player, and the way deployment works is your half of the battlefield is your deployment zone. So the attacker generally is going to throw their unit right up front, create this 8-inch bubble that then the defender is back off a little bit. So you're going to be putting in units there, so they have to be at least 8 inches apart from any other unit of the enemy that is deployed. So it's a tight in fighting. There's going to be assaults first turn, almost assuredly. So then players do their independent teams and get into it as normal. So the person that goes first There's an initiative roll after it's all done with deployment. The player that finished their deployment first, so the person that had less platoons, gets a +1 to their roll, which is, a little bit of a benefit for getting the initiative. So now let's jump into the special rules for this mission here. So close in fighting. Like I said, this battle is fought on a 4x3 table, so half the size of a normal battle. So you're in it. Another special rule, the second one here, across the Volga. This is a cool special rule. I kind of think this is just how artillery should be, because you think of artillery, they're launching shells miles, right? And they wouldn't be on the table, but for purposes of gameplay, you always have artillery on a table. But this is a cool rule. So basically, instead of placing the artillery on the table, you can move the guns, the command team, the staff team. They're not placed on the table. Only the observers are placed on the table. So the observers go down, and then you call in artillery as per normal. Your artillery can never be destroyed. But the thing you're missing is you lose any direct fire capability of that artillery, and you lose its potential line of sight. If the observer or the observers are killed, your artillery is done. You can't call it in. I think there's some rules where you can call in using other units, leads, etc., but they're harder to do so. But either way, this is a cool rule. I like this one. Now that I'm talking about it, I might bring it up to the guys. So sewers. This is one where there's sewers placed around the map. You put a unit into the sewers if you want. Has to be a reconnaissance unit. And then the movement. So you're going to roll for your sewer movement at the beginning of each assault step for the progress of your troops underground. And you can see this chart here. So on a 1, they get lost and they come out somewhere random. 2, 3, and 4, they're just looking for the exit. On a 5 or 6, you get to pick your exit where they come out. Now, when they exit the sewers or they go to exit the sewers, if there's an enemy within 4 inches of that, no bueno, not coming out. So you got to go back in and figure out a different route. But it's a neat rule. It's kind of one of those sort of gotcha rules, or kind of a fun rule there. But it just adds another dynamic to the mission. So I think that wraps up all the rules there. So we'll dive into it. This was in turn 4. We are into turn 5, almost done with turn 5 of the Bagration campaign. So we're steamrolling through this. We got a lot of stuff that we want to get to, so we're trying to finish this one up kind of quick here. So all right, let's jump into it. And
I have the Shock Rifle Battalion, so we are mixing things up today. We're going to be bringing our headquarters and then 2 Shock Rifle companies, so 1 and 2 there. They're rifle MG teams. I have a unit of PT-34s, you can see with our little mine rollers here.
Those are new.
And then we have the unit of OT-3485s over here, so we have flame tanks.
Oh!
And then we have a unit of 4 Su-122s in the back. A unit of 3 ISU-122s with tank riders. For my Firestorm units, I have the T-3485s with tank riders and 4 152mm guns. The Shock Rifle Battalion is a really fun list because the shock rifle rules are they are still trained, so you're going to hit them on 4s or hit them on 3s like you normally would, but they pass all their skill tests on 3-up as if they were veterans, including fighting in assaults and everything else. Now, that being said, the only units that are shock rifle are the infantry. Everybody else is still their normal trained qualities.
All right, looks good. Wow, look at that little staff team, too. Nice. All right, so for the German force today, we're going with the confident trained again, the Panzer Ausbildungsverband, I think, right out of the Desperate Measures book. So the primary part, I got leader is the Panzer 3N, or 3L, whatever one that one is. The Panther is the second in command. I got a Panther platoon of 3 Panthers there. 3 Stoogs. Again, confident trained on all of this stuff, basically. 3 Brumbars, which I'm excited to use, just painted, right out of the factory, ready to go. And then I got 2 weapons platoons here. These are 2, well, the one's a Pioneer School. I got 3 flamethrowers, 3 regular, they're all rifle teams. And then 6 Panzer rifle teams for the NCO school. Then we got the rocket battery over there, which will probably be across the Volta. Is that what it's called?
The Volga, yeah, across the Volga.
Across the Volga. And then the 88s there. The 88s are reluctant trained. So that's the German list coming in there at 1,500 points.
Matt and I are doing the Not One Step Back mission, which is a mission from version 2 of the game, so we've adapted it slightly. And we are doing it on a version 3 city terrain format. The rules for city terrain are found on pages 20 and 29 of the core rulebook. The main differences being that you play it on a 4x3 foot table. So for our purposes today, that's going to be our cobblestone mat we have here. Of note, you're going to have a lot of ruins and buildings on the table. So a ruin is anything that does not have 4 standing walls. So, for example, this space right here is a ruin. This is a ruin. This is a ruin. They don't have 4 standing walls. So what those are is they are not buildings. They are area terrain. So they are very difficult going, and they provide concealment and bulletproof cover to units that are in them. The entire map is slow going. We have placed roads on the map because they're visually appealing, but the entire map for its purpose is streets, but the streets are all slow going. As far as the mission goes, the mission does add in some additional terrain requirements, that being infantry cannot dig in the streets. So infantry in the open cannot dig in. There is also special rules for sewers. Matt, did you bring any recon units today?
I didn't. I think we could skip them.
All right, so we'll skip the sewers today. And then the other special rule involving terrain is that for this mission, the objectives are placed in buildings, and then the building itself becomes the objective. So it's not the usual 4-inch zone of control. It is the building itself. If it's a multi-room building, you have to specifically control the room the objective is in.
Nice. Well done. Perfect. Well, we'll see you in the battle.
For deployment, Chris has deployed lots and lots of fortifications out here to disrupt me. He's got his units of infantry dug into their trenches. Stugs and Flak 36s are back here. Brumbars over yonder. For me, I deployed pretty aggressively. Got all my PT 34s and OT 34s and Su 122s over here with one of my units of shock rifles. Heavy artillery is on the table, not across the river. Some more infantry over here, and some more T-34-85s over here. Chris has his Panthers in ambush, and I have my IS-122s in ambush. Chris, you have anything to add?
Yes. For those of you who are eagle-eared, or that doesn't make any sense, Matt had to head off, so I shall be taking the place of the German defense.
Yes, Rommel was summoned back to headquarters. So we're going to have Manstein take over here. End of Soviet turn 1 here. The PT-34s and the OT-34-85s charged forward, and with support from the Su-122s, removed the 1st Pioneer platoon in the trenches here.
Surprisingly, only one exploded when it tried to mine roll it.
Yes, one PT-34 blew up on a minefield. We had a couple guys bogged down when they went to move. But other than that, that's what happened on this side. And then moving around, we managed to kill one Brumbar with a T-34-85 down the alley here. And we are ranged in with the heavy artillery, but all we did was pin down the infantry. Any thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, those Pioneers, they were gonna end up pretty sacrificial once those PTs removed the obstacles.
There's a lot of torched Germans in there.
Indeed.
On to German turn 1.
This edge of the battlefield here, we have a lot of burning OT-34s as the Panthers decided to reveal their ambush. And with combined fire of them, the Flak 36s here, and the Stoogs, we managed to remove most of them.
Oh, yeah.
The Brumbars missed, but that's how that goes. And then these two Panthers over here fired and killed two T-34-85s, and the third one decided it wasn't worth sticking around.
Correct. All right.
Anything to add?
Nope, that's about what I expected.
And the artillery failed to range in, as it is wont to do for me.
That is as it is wont to do.
All right.
End of Soviet turn 2. So, over here, we had the PT-34s made a little flanking maneuver and picked off one Stug, whiffed on the rest. My Su-122s took some long-range shots and managed to pick off a Flak 36. Chris still holding down the fort. The OT-34-85s did not unbog, typical of trained units. Then we dropped heavy artillery on the ruined church and killed the second in command and bailed his wingman there. Then moving across, my ISU-122s appeared, and unfortunately they whiffed, only managing to bail out one Panther. Chris, do you have anything to add?
No, that sums it up pretty good. Overall, I got fairly lucky.
Alrighty, on to the German turn 2.
A little bit light, but honestly, important stuff happened. So, our platoon lead for the Stugs bogged down here trying to get into the objective to oppose this guy. But between this Stug and this Flak, they managed to kill these two tanks, including the one on the objective. Then, over here, the three Panthers, the one guy got back in, and they managed to come over here and destroy two of the Su-122s? ISU-122s.
Also the PT-34s fled.
And the PT-34s just have, in fact, fled, because
They were below half.
they were below
I
half.
forgot about the one blew up from my field.
Yeah, so did I.
Below half.
All right, anything to add?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Our smoke happened this time.
I'm not going to re-roll it. The comments. Mixed results on the Soviet turn 3 here. So the Su-122s moved up. There was smoke there, and they completely whiffed. And then over yonder, my artillery completely whiffed. And then my one remaining ISU-122 also completely whiffed. That was all I had left shooting-wise. However, one of my shock rifle companies was able to move up, launch an assault, capture a Stug, and remove the Flak 36 unit. Did the whole unit retreat, Chris? They are reluctant. Let's see. They are gone. All right, so there's another platoon off the table.
Yeah, they are reluctant, yeah.
Alrighty.
So, first off, Panthers here moved and took some more shots at the ISU-122, but failed to hit him, because only the platoon lead really had a shot. The infantry here moved over to attempt to rout the Soviets. The broom bars killed the man on the objective, and this Stug reassigned himself as the platoon lead. However, in our assault, out of the three teams able to get up there and do things, two of them died when they got shot, hit 4 times, and the last one failed to hit, and in the counterattack, the Soviets killed him and consolidated onto the objective. So at the start of their turn, they didn't need company morale or a platoon morale check or anything, so they just win the game in a surprise upset. The Soviets have taken a victory.
I didn't expect the game to end like that. I was really concerned because I have really no anti-tank assets left here at the end.
Yeah.
My Su-122s are still here in the middle, but their AT's 10 and they're facing Panthers that are front armor 10.
Yeah.
My ISU-122 might have been able to pick off one more Panther, or, just would have been a slow duel there.
But then even then, after he did that, he's kind of stuck.
That infantry unit doesn't even need a morale check. Yeah, they're just
pinned. They're just they're just pinned.
That was a rapid end. I expected a few more turns.
It was a very surprising end. Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. Well, good game.
Yeah, good game.
Good game.
And as you can see, that was a wild battle. That finish just, oh man, immediate and fast. Things are happening fast in that battle. You're so tight in together. There's so many units. Like that kind of stuff is just gonna happen. And I remember I was like, hey, what's going on? What's going on with the battle? And yeah, I was like, oh, it's over. And I was like, oh my God, already? No. And really no misplay by Chris. I mean, I think he played everything how I would have played it. So I think the outcome was the same. Pat Morgan might have beat me in 2 turns instead. So yeah, things are, you know, progressing on the campaign, looking real good. So we're going to continue to bring you more videos. I got 2 more on deck. I should get them up in the next, you know, week or so here. But yeah, looking forward to doing that. So yeah, if you can, like and subscribe. Really appreciate all the feedback from everybody. Really enjoying doing this. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of stuff on deck. So you know, keep doing it, keep checking us out, and we'll keep bringing you the World War II Flames of War version 3 action. You know, like a little niche of a niche game, right? So, so steel yourselves and keep your standards high.